Hey Ivy, how are you?
I'm good, Johnny. How are you doing?
Good. I know it's been a busy day today, hectic Monday, right?
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to get with you today. I'm kind of perplexed a little bit. You may well know that Wayne Tavake has been assigned to me. He's now managing his case, and since he's been here, he's kind of been up and down, really,
Right.
across the spectrum. I mean, there's been times when he appears to be somewhat engaging in the program.
Right.
He's admitted, certainly from day one, that he is an alcoholic, that he has a problem with drinking.
Right.
Um, Also, in his assessment, he had touched on an early childhood diagnosis of having depression and taking medication for it. Um, ethnically, he's from Tonga, which I guess is in the South Pacific, um, close to Samoa, and comes from a culture out in LA where there appears to be a lot of gang activity early in childhood and even
Right.
on up into, um, I would say, uh, his teen years,
Right.
early adult
Right.
years.
Right.
And so I'm really kind of perplexed with how I should move forward with him. And I guess some of my questions is how much of a role does his ethnicity, his culture, um, play into
Right.
what we're seeing him demonstrate today through his disengagement with the program at times, his inability to open and share in groups, his isolation, sitting alone in a room by himself
Right.
all the time. And so I just kind of wondered maybe if you had any insights for me of maybe some various ways that I could approach him and
Mm-hmm.
try to make his experience more therapeutic.
Okay. Absolutely. There's a bunch of factors there that are definitely affecting him.
Mhm.
It's almost a blessing that he got put in jail
Right.
because that way he wrote from jail and got help, and then the guy that helped him told you, and he ended up here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that because of where he comes from, that they drink a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I know that because of how he was raised, his mom gave him away, and they get involved in gangs and stuff. It's kind of like the gang takes over the family.
Right.
So he's dealing not only with alcohol and drug addiction and recovery,
Mm-hmm.
family stuff, and gang stuff's a powerful thing.
Sure.
And he's here at Pathway where he doesn't know anybody enough to trust him, and it's going to be a gradual thing.
Right.
But I'll tell you what could help a lot. Um, he told me about this movie, and it talks about where he came from.
Okay.
And he said it's an excellent movie. It shows how the parents drink,
Okay.
what happens to the kids, and going to jail,
Uh-huh.
joining the gangs, and the horrible things that they do because they're drinking. And it's got some real graphic things in it, but at the end, it's because of these horrible things that happen, they end up not drinking.
So you think this might be a tool that would help open myself as well as others up to
And him.
understanding more his
Mhm.
background and where
Yes.
he's come from.
And the thing is, because he even mentioned it, if we care enough to get it,
Mm.
because I priced it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's can't remember, $20 something, but
Okay.
no, maybe even more, but it doesn't matter. But because we think enough for him to get it
Right.
and to show it,
Mm-hmm.
the people can get what they need. I think it's going to show him some stuff as a person watching a movie, as opposed to being in the middle of it
Sure.
and watch till they get to the end where they quit drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll also give you and I an insight. He can talk about only once. Here's where I was raised, and here's what they did.
Right.
It's another thing to see it. It's another thing to see it in a movie.
Right.
So I think that'd be a real.
So would you say that? I mean, certainly through all the years that you've been a clinician, I'm sure you've run into numerous clients that were fairly resistant, and demonstrated an ambivalence towards wanting to engage in a program, and so I mean, I guess the main thing, the greatest thing is that he's sober every day. You know what I mean? And you kind of alluded to the fact that it's going to take some time.
And the thing is, there's no black and white. Some things you cannot learn in a school book
Right.
or in the meeting in recovery. And it's going to take a day at a time with him and trying different things and making him be accountable. Because if he shuts that door and he kind of turns people away, they won't bother him. Because you know what, I don't want to mess with him. And let's just try the movie. That's the starting point.
I mean, I really don't see him engaging in any real bad behaviors.
Right. Well, let's just try that, and maybe you can share with the group about the movie. That's the starting point.
Okay.
But each fellow does a little bit of progress, and I have watched him do a lot of that.
Sure. Yeah, he has grown a little bit since he's been here. Yeah.
And I'll continue to get with you regarding him and the progress.
Okay.
I just think it'd be a real good thing. That's a starting point.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, it's kind of been perplexing for me at
Right,
times,
I'm sure. Yeah.
and it's challenged me. It certainly has.
Right.
Has caused me to.
I gotta take this phone.
Oh, that's fine. Hey, I understand it's that Manic Monday, right?
Hello.